Alright, hello, this is Bronson with Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Football Talk for Saturday, October 16th. I know the date now, I looked it up. This is quarterback spikes and yikes. I'm going to try to do this real quickly as I'm still at work. I'm still at work for another 3 hours. And then I get about an hour break before I go to UPS for 3 and a half hours. So, yeah, Saturday's the worst day for me. I haven't even set any of my fantasy football lineups yet. I still got to do that at some point today too. That's just the way I do things. I've never seen anybody else do it this way. People probably think I'm weird. They probably think I'm not paying attention. That's a strategic advantage for me because they'll be like, "Oh, I don't have to set my lineup this week because this guy isn't paying attention. He doesn't have a lineup set." So they'll slack off, take it easy, get comfortable, right? And then I set my lineup late Saturday night, and I go out there and win usually. In most seasons, not every year is a successful year for me. Last year, I guess overall last year was decent, but in the leagues that matter the most to me, I had kind of not the greatest year, but off to a much better start this year. So knock on wood. Here I have some wood. I have a wood desk here to knock on. So, but yeah, so I'll do that eventually. Set my lineups. Anyways, quarterbacks. My yikes. Joe Burrow is at 9. I don't know. I know he's playing the Lions. The Lions are just terrible. They're bad. But I don't know. Joe Burrow did get knocked out of the game with a semi-serious injury with that throat contusion thing. So I don't know. The Bengals under Zach Taylor have always been real mysterious with their injuries to their players. So we don't know how bad Joe Burrow is really going to hurt or how affected he's really going to be. In that game. Something just tells me that it's going to be an okay week for Burrow. It's going to be, a normal 10 to 15 fantasy week for Burrow. I don't know about top 10, though. I wouldn't have him in my top 10 most likely. Daniel Jones at 12. Again, Daniel Jones isn't very good, and he's facing a really tough defense in the Rams. I know that he does have most of his wide receivers healthy again for the first time all season, but Barkley's out, so they're not going to respect the run. The Rams are not going to respect the run with Devontae Booker back there, and with Aaron Donald wreaking havoc on the line of scrimmage. Daniel Jones is going to be hurried to throw the ball a lot. I just don't see a very good game for Daniel Jones. I think he's finally reached the point in his life where he's a guy you're going to want to start most weeks in a 2 QB league, but in a 1 QB league, even in a 12 team, I'm sitting him. And Geno Smith at 20. Look, we all know Geno Smith. We all know he sucks. He looked okay in that game last week. But the defense will have a whole week to prepare for him this time. Who are they? I forgot who they're playing. They're playing someone good, though. Right? Seattle? I don't remember who they're playing, but I should have wrote that down. Usually I write down who they're playing on here today. For some reason I did not do that. But Geno, I don't think he's a top 20 quarterback. Even in 2 QB league or super flex league, I'm not playing Geno Smith. Especially with Chris Carson, who's also out. So Alex Collins, who's been okay for the most part in his career back there. Again, how much is, especially when you got Geno Smith throwing the ball and Alex Collins back there, how much are you really going to respect the run? You're going to want them to, either way, I think the defense is not going to be scared of that running game or that passing game this week. It's going to be a struggle bus for Seattle without Russell Wilson, which they finally get to experience what it's like to not have a quarterback, because Russell Wilson has been blessed with tremendous health. He's never missed a game. I think he's only missed 1 snap in his career up until last Thursday. So the Seahawks, those very obnoxious fans, can maybe shut the hell up now for a couple of weeks. For the quarterbacks I like this week, spikes. Carson Wentz way down at 14. I like Wentz. I would put Wentz in the top 10 this week. I think he's looking a lot better. He's getting more chemistry with his wide receivers, and he's getting comfortable because he didn't really have a preseason, didn't have a training camp. So really the first few weeks were his training camp. Now, in last week's game, he looked like a healthy 100% Carson Wentz. So a healthy 100% Carson Wentz with the options that he has in that passing game, in that offense. I like Wentz. Top 10 play this week. He's been my top streaming quarterback for the whole week. Tannehill at 19. I know he's having a rough year, and before he came to the Titans, he just didn't look very good. So maybe he's reverting back to form. Maybe he really isn't that great. Maybe he just looked good for a brief period of time. But I still trust him with Julio Jones back, also healthy for Monday night, and A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown doing whatever it is A.J. Brown is doing with the struggle bus right now. Eventually, I think that offense is gonna figure it out, and that passing game is gonna look good again. I don't know what's taking so long. I really anticipated a much better year for those guys, but I think Tannehill is better than QB 19 this week. And Baker Mayfield way down at 23. I really like Baker this week against the with no Nick Chubb. So the Browns are going to be passing the ball a lot more, and they are playing. Just had it. Cleveland is playing against. Shoot, I don't remember. But it's not a very good defense. So I think the Baker Mayfield is going to have. This is his golden opportunity to have a really good day. I would play Mayfield into QB league for sure, especially over guys like Geno Smith, things like that. Baker Mayfield top 20, maybe even possibly top 15 play for me. Baker Mayfield this week against. Damn it, I cannot remember. I really should have wrote this down, but yeah, I think the Browns also, like I was talking David Njoku with the tight ends. It's going to be a good week for Njoku. Good week for all Browns pass catchers, in my humble opinion, and pass throwers. Baker Mayfield is the only one, hopefully the only one that we see on the field. If he gets hurt, then obviously he probably won't have that great of a day, but we don't want that to happen again. We're going to knock on wood on this little wood desk here. So I'm going to end it, and we'll get to wide receivers and running backs possibly later today. There's a very good chance I don't do running backs till tomorrow morning, but I will definitely get wide receivers, spikes, and yikes in some point today. So thanks again for watching. Peace, love, and nacho fries.